Team's rolling.
They are.
Team
Who would
looks
have
good.
thought we'd be sitting here in early December and they'd be 15-9 on pace to win 51 games?
So it's funny. Things have kind of leveled out a little bit.
Yeah, not us.
No, I didn't think that. But, the Raptors for a little while were kind of hanging on to like the second best record in the East. You're like, I don't know how long that's going to last. And that has helped by the Celtics. That has kind of fallen back into place. The Knicks have played better. So now when you look at the East, it goes Pistons, Knicks, Celtics, Magic. I'm still a little surprised the Cavs aren't in that mix, but overall, I think that's a little bit more what we anticipated the East to look like.
Yeah, and it's still a little too early to look into the standings and really take them for what it is right now. And Joe Mazzulla pointed that out after Sunday's win. He was like, well, it really means nothing. But how they've gotten there is what's impressive. And guys like Derek White and Peyton Pritchard really figuring out their roles. Jaylen Brown, we've been talking about it ad nauseum here. He's playing at an all-NBA level. The developments of the young guys, Jordan Walsh, Nemish Queta, Josh Minot, like those guys showing up and stepping up. It's just, it feels like everything's clicking at the right time for this team, and it's made for quite an interesting run here.
Mm-hmm. So outside of the Thunder, who never lose, they've won 15 straight. They're 23-1.
Jeez.
Outside of OKC, the Celtics have the longest win streak in the NBA. They've won 5 straight. They've won 8 out of 10. They're 15-9. They're number 3 in the East. I don't think it's too early to look at the standings. We look at them every time you're in, and I think there's something to draw out of it. How high can they go? Like they're number 3 right now. They're 2 games back of the Knicks. They're 4 games back of Detroit. They beat both those teams. They're a little in front of, not a ton of margin for error, Orlando, who they beat, Toronto, who they beat. They dropped 2 out of 3 to Philly, who's right behind them. They've taken 2 from Cleveland, who's the 7th seed. Like, how high can they go in the East?
I mean, you mentioned it. Like, you just mentioned a couple of Eastern Conference teams there. They're 8-5 against the top 8 teams in the Eastern Conference, and they have a winning record against every one of those teams except for Philadelphia.